Okay, hi everyone. My camera just started on its own, so I guess this is the Aries reading. I was trying to adjust the camera view here to make sure you could see everything, and the camera started on its own. Hello, Aries. This is your reading for May of 2022, and of course we're starting off with a fire card. This is the Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine now. More fire. This one wants to be upright. I hope you all had a wonderful May. I don't know about you, but May or April kicked my butt physically. I have been very much back in the 3D world a lot of the time. Still doing sessions, but oh, Chariot. But physical work, and so excuse my, I tried to make them as decent as I could. Had to take my kind of nail, I guess they're like nail adhesive polish, kind of like stickers. So excuse the condition of the nails, not that anyone really cares, but had to give my nails a break. And have also been working at, like I said, a physical job, so my hands are all showing that. Anyway, I say anything from my personal life to kind of get a feel for where, or to let you know where the collective is at, because typically if one of us is going through it, multiple of us are going through it. In fact, on the same night, my roommate and I both had minor knee injuries. Actually fell, tripped on an outside carpet at work, and went down, and my knee is still, this was a while ago, my knee is still yellow and scraped up. So, and then I went in to get a massage today, and they said, you're the third person today to say you have a knee injury. I was like, what is the collective, like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'll at least take, well, let's just put these on the side. You're getting a lot of cards. I did not plan on all of this, but let's put these down for now because they're jumping out right now. And I was going to try and do all these tonight. Don't know if that's really going to be feasible. So I could get them all the videos up by the 1st. So we'll see what I get through, but all the videos will be up hopefully by the 2nd. Because it takes a minute to upload them. But anyway, yeah, knee stuff is about, if I'm not mistaken, being flexible with life. And as a collective, since we're going through all this knee stuff, I was like, well, we just had an eclipse this morning as I record this on the 30th. Early this morning, and I think it was the, what are we at? I think it was the solar eclipse in the southern hemisphere. There's crystals coming apart everywhere. Don't quote me on that because I don't even know what's up or down anymore. But I know the solar and lunar always come in pairs. So, yeah, so we've had that. We're about to go into Mercury retrograde. We're about to have the other, so now we're in the eclipse corridor. And the Tower card came out in another twin flame reading I was watching earlier today. And I was like, yeah, that just feels like we're like bumping into things because we just had this big bump in the collective energy as far as like a big shift. And so it's kind of, I think, as I'm channeling for this, now that I have my mind clear and I can channel for anyone who's watching, for the collective, it feels like the universe like made us like bump into things because, sorry if that was really loud on the camera, because there was like this collective shift. And it reminds me of back in 2012 when some say, as people were remote viewing the future from way before this, when 2012 hit, there was this bump, and nobody could see past it. It feels like another bump like that just happened. Maybe not as big, but still a big, big shift. Anyway, this is a huge, huge shift month. I don't know. Okay. This is really grabbing my attention. I didn't think I would use this deck as a gift, like I've said, for my birthday this year in February, but excuse me, hold on one second. Allergies abound here in San Diego, so I might be stopping to drink water, but I was just looking at the energy of the back of these cards, and it's kind of like a, if you can see the triangle of energy around it, and it's like multiple layers and kind of rainbow color, very faint, around the moon, and multiple moons, even though it represents the phases of the moon. It's like this whole dimensional shift and change, and that's kind of what I'm seeing when this is pulling my attention when I'm looking at the energy right now. Can you see all of that? Yeah, I think a little closer you can. Anyway, that's what it was reminding me of, just sitting over here grabbing my attention. But anyway, so that being said, I hope that Aries had good birthday months. I forgot to say happy birthday, so happy belated birthday, Aries. And hello to the divine masculines who, I think there's one Aries and one Leo, if I'm not mistaken, who commented. So thank you so much for chiming in and letting us know how things have been affecting you with the energies. I very much appreciate that. Okay, so without further ado, we've got the, oh, I don't think you can even see. I'll put those in later. I want you to just be able to see the main cards for now. And it's hard with this setup I have here still. But anyway, Page of Fire and Five of Fire. So Page is very young energy. Reminds me a lot of Aries, actually. Usually I say it's Sagittarius, but this reminds me a lot of Aries in this reading. So here you are in the upright in your own reading, and look at this. To me, this looks like the moon in the background. Maybe not our moon, but a moon. So very significant transformations for you, Aries, with the eclipses that are upon us. So if you follow astrology, or even if you don't, and you're pulled to, this would be the month to really look into where things fall in your particular chart, because Aries as a collective looks like they're getting impacted very strongly. I don't think anyone's going to escape this energy and this shift, but to me, with this particular picture and this particular energy of the Page of Fire, you are being affected quite strongly, not to mention the Chariot underneath here. So Chariot is one of the major arcana cards. Speaking of the Tower card, here's the Tower card. I don't always pay attention when I'm putting the cards down. I just feel which ones are correct. Here's the Tower card for you, along with the King of Air. So again, these masculine energies chiming in with these two cards. We're talking about Page of Fire and the Tower card. Air is also communication, but this feels like a masculine influence around some of you, if not most of you, and we'll come back to that, like a boss figure or something like that. Also coming into your own power of communicating. Oh, because you also have the Knight of Air over here, starting off kind of the month and going towards this direction, the Knight transforming into the King. So this is communication. I often think of fire, usually it's like the 8 of Wands, as communication coming in, but I'm getting that energy with these here as well. So definitely using your voice to communicate what you need this month, because there is some conflict with the Five of Wands or Five of Fire coming up. So there's a bump for you as Aries that needs to be worked through, because this is day-to-day conflict and day-to-day battles. There is a nice solid energy under you though, and you're ending the month with lots of beautiful earth over here, so we'll get to that too, because this is the more calming energy. This month looks like it starts off with a bang for you. But the 10 of Earth is happy home, happy family, abundance. Even if things are not happy home for you, there's at least some kind of solid foundation with you. So tap into the Earth energy. Don't forget to ground yourself, because with Aries energy, I have an Aries moon. It's very important to remember to ground yourself, and you have a lot of upheaval with the Chariot energy and the Tower card this month. So I think the universe is kind of coming in and giving you this nice earth blanket to kind of, it's like a weighted blanket to put over you at certain moments, because it looks like you're really going to need that little extra boost and that extra help to just kind of flow. You can navigate it fine, but just kind of keep your calm and flow through this, because I know all too well Aries energy can get hot-headed and can, yeah, I don't want to say make things explode, because I don't see that happening here. I think the communication is really the goal this month for Aries growth and continuing on your soul journey. But yeah, this Chariot always reminds me of, it is victory, it is accomplishment, but it always reminds me of a very strong kind of, doesn't have to be a man, but masculine force, which is yang, which is action, which is energy, moving through very quickly, which is also the Page of Fire. So again, this month really starts off with a bang for you. You're leaving behind, I feel like this is kind of a residual from April. You're leaving behind rough waters and going into it. You come into a more smooth sailing time, so it's like little bumps here and there. I think that the Tower card is more collective energy. Of course, this is a general reading, so some of you may be experiencing that, but I feel like this feels like more the general collective energy. But yeah, you've just come out of some pretty crazy times, crazy energy. Yeah, letting go of some things that were not so great to deal with, which is good. But it freed up a lot of your Aries energy to move forward, but also for something to come into your life very quickly. And I think it's exciting. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but there's definitely some little kinks and things to work through once the new energy, new people coming in, say at a job or personal life, whatever it is. A lot of this feels like work. But yeah, it's just a lot to deal with right off the bat in the month. So get your running shoes on and get ready, get set, go, because you're going to be doing a lot in the beginning of the month, Aries. Oh, speaking of the Eight of Fire, that was one of the extra cards that came out down here. Communication coming in, like I said. So it's gonna, well, that's eclipse energy. Very sudden reveals, very sudden communication. This is your day-to-day, and then bam, out of the blue, like something, it feels very good. Something good comes in. It's going to be kind of jarring, but it's exciting, like I said, in a good way. So yeah, something is being revealed, because that's what eclipses do. But this feels like a really good boost, maybe promotions or things like that. If we're talking twin flames, if we're talking soulmates, relationship energies, this could be another communication, because the collective of divine masculines in general are having their huge wake-up moment. And it's interesting that the divine feminines in this particular wave not all of you, some of you coming up through the ranks are still in the dark night of the soul and the spiral of it. But for those of us that have been on the journey for 5, 6, and then plus years, there's no hard and fast rule to this, but there's a wave of us coming in to where we're like, we don't care what the divine, all of a sudden, we don't really care what the divine masculine is doing at all. Some of us have new love interests for the first time in a really long time, and that feels amazing to kind of just be free to do what we want to do, at least in this moment. So there's a lot of reveling in that. But there could be some, all of a sudden, when they don't feel us anymore, the divine masculines, there could be a lot of communication. And I say that because mostly, not all, mostly it's feminines that watch the videos. So, but yeah, again, feel free to comment and chime in, especially the masculines, if you have anything to add to this, because, you know, we're always kind of lacking in that perspective so far on this journey. I think, like I said, a lot of masculines are having a really jarring wake-up moment. The end of the Pisces reading last month, I was very excited, and it felt very twin flame. So I don't know. I mean, it could be just that we've opened up to new possibilities and really have up-leveled a lot. So that's awesome. And I've been very excited for certain things this month that are very new. But yeah, I'm always curious to just having my finger on the pulse and doing these videos and working with clients. If the masculines want to chime in at any point and give us that perspective, because it really feels, this is such a beautiful energy. There's lots of, it's almost like with these little swirls of energy around the wand here, or the wands plural. It just feels like very 5D bubble happiness, bliss energy, kind of like when you first meet your twin and you're in that divine energy, that bliss bubble. But it's also protection energy around both of the twins, the masculines and feminines. Very protective, very guided, staying in this very blissed out energy regardless of where the other person is at on the journey. Yeah. And if someone is, you know, soulmate or relationship in general watching this, this can apply too. But right now, the collective energy has shifted so much that I feel like, and who did we come through a lot in the last 5 months or so? Even before that, but it was really intense for the last 5 months for me. And all of a sudden, it's like I popped out of that and I'm in this bliss bubble a lot of the time. And just staying in those moments and focusing on the things that give you that blissed out feeling, because there are things always around you. But I feel like the universe has given us a lot of new circumstances, a lot of changes, a lot of upgrading, up leveling. So focusing on those things that keep us in the bliss bubble really, really helps right now, because that's what this energy feels like. So that's another way to kind of like leave all the day-to-day minutia behind and really, as much as you can, stay focused on this bliss, because that pulls in union, divine energy, regardless of what the other person's doing. Like for yourself, it keeps you in that high vibe state, and that's what the world needs right now. That's what we need, because the energies on the planet have changed so much. We want to stay kind of above all the crazy energy, and at least I do. I know several other Lightworkers, twin flames, all of the above that do as well. And this is so much more possible right now. Staying grateful even when people are around you or are fighting. It's like rise above it. Like as much as you can. You've had all this training for years. And this is the time that we really get to see that put into effect if we choose that, and we can. So, all right, I'll leave that there. I'm going to stop. I don't want to be on a soapbox, but that's just a lot of what I've seen out there and what I've been experiencing some days as well. So I should say many days. Okay, in the middle of the month, this Hermit energy comes in. It was just kind of sitting right in between these piles. Hermit energy to kind of reset. And it's interesting that even starting the last couple of months, I've had this set up so the cards are split from the first 2 weeks of the month to the last 2 weeks of the month. And all of a sudden the universe went, bam. And that's when actually, I think it's the lunar eclipse hits. So again, there's this reset energy of the Hermit of take a moment out. It's kind of like a cone of silence or a pause, silent pause where you're kind of out of space and time is what this feels like, and you're just, everything around you is silent and you just have this moment of kind of okay, let's take all this in, let's take this shift in, breathe it in, relax into it, take a moment before we go forward again, because then we come back into the world's energy of the Tower card. And I think for Aries, with the King of Air, it's really right again, rising above. Air is above Earth. Air, is above everything, and kind of like an eagle's eye view, staying above it. Not only communication for the day-to-day stuff, but really as the collective goes through another Tower card experience, whatever this is going to be. I'm not paying attention much to world stage stuff at this point, but whatever happens with this happens, and just staying above it. I mean, this deck is such a high vibe deck with all the unicorn horns here and just these divine lights and energies. Just reminds me of, like, again, this rising above energy, because we don't need to be a part of this. This is for the collective who hasn't gone through ascension process or anything like that. They're going to be hit hard, so they have their beginnings of awakenings, and we are here to hold the calm. This is what is needed out there, in my opinion. So Hermit energy is kind of that nice pregnant pause moment of just, okay, we're going to take a moment, take a breather, before we kind of go back into, okay, holding space for, even if it's kind of above it, holding space in higher energy, 5D energy, whatever it is that you want to call it, for the collective and for ourselves, because we're manifesting at lightning speed right now. So we want to make sure that we're staying above all the chaos and craziness and really staying in these higher vibration energies, because we're also the example of how to do that. We've been here, done this before. We know how to do this. Speaking of manifestations, Queen of Earth, 8 of Earth, 6 of Earth. Could we really have many better cards? Like Queen of Earth, kind of Taurus, earth sign energy for me. She has all these gold coins swirling around her. Again, abundance for the 6 of Earth. Sixes are the best number to get in tarot. This is gifts, rewards, can be bonuses, things like that. But it's kind of, when I see this, it's like been a long time coming, and then the universe gives you these rewards, and it's coming out in multiple cards here. So all this work we've been doing, again, I've said it probably last month, isn't for nothing. This is really kind of reward time, especially if you're staying in this manifestation, good high vibes energy. Excuse me again. It's coming because there's so much disruption to the collective and the day-to-day energies. Here's the Tower card and the 8 of Earth in reverse. I think for those of us that are in the gratitude and manifestation and staying above it and manifesting what we want, this card is more in the upright. But as a collective, kind of the rest of the planet, their disruption is in their solid foundation and their day-to-day. So again, it looks like we're going to be expecting them to kind of be disoriented and disrupted but stay above it and stay in this beautiful manifestation energy, because the universe is giving you I don't want to say everything because that sounds all um, Pisces, this is my Pisces self, um, exaggerated energy, but it's not. When I see this, it's the universe is really giving us the good stuff, the rewards, because now we can manifest it pretty easily. And if we can stay in this energy, well, the earth energy is kind of split for those of us who have been through our ascension process, and for people who are just kind of starting out on that. Hold the space up here, enjoy the good stuff, stay in the gratitude, focus on the beauty, focus on the good things, focus on the high vibe energies, focus on the things you love and the people that you love, and stay centered and calm. And then a few other cards, and I'm probably going to try and wrap this up. Two of Earth, again, more Earth energy. Nine of Water, Knight of Fire. So Two of Earth is not only can it be doing more than one job, especially like a passion project that seems to be growing, but it's also expanding on what you have. It's like doubling your money kind of thing. For some people, it's again this growth and expansion of abundance, which is so amazing and beautiful and wonderful, and we'll definitely accept that from the universe. But it's also emotional wish fulfillment. And then all this Aries energy to, here you've got the Page and the Knight of Fire, to really move forward. Knight always comes in with gifts or messages. In this case, I want to say gifts again, because what a transition here from the end of this last month to the chaos of the first couple weeks to staying in this grounded, earthy, abundant energy over here. And I think this comes in to say, hey, yes, you've got this. Aries is solid, and we have the fire to move forward, and the groundedness, if you stay in this energy, the abundance, the manifestations from our desires. I mean, isn't Aries such a manifester as a fire sign, as the first sign, as the youngest sign in the zodiac, who just goes for it and is also a leader, and that's again what's needed on the planet. So beautiful. I just got goosebumps everywhere. Beautiful reading for you this month, Aries. I hope that you have an amazing May. I hope you had a wonderful birthday time of year, and that the rest of this year, new part of the year for you, is just incredible. It looks like there's so much that's coming in for you. That's amazing. So thank you. And it was my goal to do more videos this last month, but again, if it was anything like your months, you'll know it put a lot of us through the physical ringer, and it was all I could do to just get through my day-to-day stuff. So we'll see how this next month goes. It is my goal to come on and hang out and do more kind of intermittent readings for the collective, especially because I've seen another reader that I've talked about before, that I just love hanging out with her online, but it's not as grounded in energy. There's been a lot of, and we're all allowed to be where are on this journey, but a lot of anger towards the journey and things like that. And I want to come on and be able to at least give a more grounded and gratitude based energy, and just give more kind of collective reports for what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up and hopefully get to as many of these readings as I can tonight. And again, have a wonderful month, and I will see you all later. Bye, Aries. Thank you.